Welcome back to Frontend Hero. In today's video, we're not going to be doing anything web development related. What we're actually going to be doing is creating a free email address with Zoho Mail. I recently needed to create my own custom email address and I didn't want to use Gmail Workspace because the costs do add up. I think it's about £6 a month now per email address. So I was on the hunt for some alternatives. Now, what I used to do in the past is to use my cPanel software to create an email address and use that. And it was fairly okay. It kind of got the job done with a few caveats. And that was the issue of reliability. Some inboxes would just completely reject my email messages or mark them as spam. So that was completely out for this project. And I think the main issue is that if you're using something like a shared IP address with your host, if a bad actor is on that server also that is abusing that IP address, you could be negatively affected. So that's where something like Zoho Mail comes in. You're essentially moving email off of your web server entirely and onto the infrastructure of Zoho that's designed for email, essentially. So you can leverage Zoho's reputation and their infrastructure to send far more reliable emails that will actually hit the intended inbox. So this would be perfect for a business that needs their own custom email address instead of relying on free ones such as Gmail, Hotmail, or Outlook, etc., etc. So Zoho actually offers a free plan. You do not have to pay for this, even though the pricing is extremely affordable. So let's scroll down the page here a little bit. They don't make it too obvious for obvious reasons, but it is here and it's called the Forever Free Plan. And here you can see that they provide 5 gigabytes of free storage, which is just absolutely insane value. Now, there are some downsides to this free plan. They don't provide POP, IMAP, SMTP, or forwarding. So if you require these features, this service may not be for you. But for my needs, this is absolutely perfect. And again, 5 gigabytes of free email without any ads that I can see. This is a no-brainer. Right, so with that spiel out of the way, let's go ahead and create a Zoho email address. So first step, let's click on the Sign Up Now button. Then we just need to pop in our name, email address, phone number, password, and agree to the terms. Also, please do make sure that the business email radio checkbox is ticked. Okay, so with all of my details populated there, I'm going to click sign up. And then we're presented with a CAPTCHA, quite old school, but there we go. Now let's pop in the OTP code from our phone now. And then we can hit the verify button. And now we're through to the part where we can input our domain name. And for this tutorial, I'm going to input my blog name, which is just keithdonegan.com. And for the organization name, I'm just going to give my full name, which is Keith Donegan. Now, you think you'd be good to go because the industry type doesn't have an asterisk, but it is required, a bit of bad UX there. So I'm just going to pop in marketing and advertising. Okie dokie. Now we have our domain name successfully added to Zoho. Let's just click that blue button that says proceeds to domain verification because inside here we'll need to add a TXT DNS record. So I'm basically just going to copy this record here and I'm going to go into my cPanel server to add this to my DNS records. And you'll have to do the same wherever your DNS records are hosted. Now that could be cPanel, same as myself, or it could be a dedicated domain registrar, something like Namecheap, Porkbun, or GoDaddy. Right, so inside my cPanel server here, I need to go to Zone Editor to edit my DNS records. And from here, I'll go into the Manage area. And then go over to the right-hand side and click down Add TXT Record. Then for the name, or the zone name, I'll just pop in the keithdonegan.com domain name. And then I'm just going to paste in the value that Zoho gave us. And then just click the Save Record button. Back into the Zoho page, and we can click on the Verify TXT record. And now our domain name is verified. Next up, we need to create the email address that we want to use. I'm just going to type in Keith, so that's keith@keithdonegan.com. And once we click the Create button there, there are a few steps to do. I think most of them are actually optional, but we're going to go through them together. Okay, so next up, we could click the Proceed to Set Up Groups here, which is fine. I'm just a single user, so that's absolutely fine to leave it. So the next step is Proceed to DNS Mapping, and this one definitely is required. So these are the values that we're going to be adding to our DNS records also. So some of these are a little bit different than the TXT records. We've got 3 MX records and 2 TXT records. And you can see here with the MX records, we have priorities, which is 10, 20, and 50. And then we have the values mx.zoho.eu, mx2.zoho.eu, and mx3.zoho.eu. So let us input the MX records first. So just like before, we go to the right-hand side, add record, but this time we go to create an MX record. So the valid zone name is going to be the domain name again. And the priority is going to be 10 and the destination is mx.zoho.eu. And we save that record and do the next. And the next one is mx2.zoho.eu and that has a priority of 20. So again, add mx record. The zone name again is going to be the domain name. The priority is going to be 20 and destination is mx2.zoho.eu. Save that record and now we can input the last mx record. And this is mx3.zoho.eu with a priority of 50. So again, new mx record here, input those details, and we save record. The next DNS record we need to add is an SPF record. And when we click this view SPF value, we'll see a warning. It's basically saying there's already an SPF value associated with that domain. Now, I'm pretty sure I could have just replaced my existing SPF record with the new one, but I'm just going to use the second option here and copy the merged value. So now in my DNS records, instead of creating a new record, I'm just going to edit the existing SPF record and I'll just overwrite that and save record. Okay, so we just have one more records to add, and that is a DKIM record. So I'm going to copy all of this long string of text here. And again, create another TXT record. And in the record field, we're just going to paste that in there. And for the valid zone name, it's going to be this value here. And just like that, we're going to save it. And that looks good. So save record, and we should be good to go with these records now. And now finally, we can verify all records. Now, I don't think that this is going to work this quickly because it does take a while for the records to update. Nope. I can see that the only record that's been updated is the DKIM, which is fine for the moment. It does take a while for these things to propagate. Now, dare I be cheeky and try to verify records again, just to see. Let's try it. So verify all records. And okay, so the SPF record has updated. So we're getting there slowly. Now, I do actually see a warning as well. If I scroll down here a little bit, it does say delete existing MX records to prevent email delivery failure. And it definitely sounds like I should take that advice. So let's go ahead and do that now. So there's the rogue record there. Let's delete that and continue. Okay, so that's good. Let's verify all records again. And we're good to go. So all of those records have been updated successfully. Brilliant. Right, next step, proceed to email migration. As this is a brand new email address, I don't need to worry about this. So let us proceed to go mobile. And I think I see another bug in this process. I believe there should be some links to the iOS and Android apps here, but no biggie. Let's proceed to setup completion. And there we have it. We have a fully functional email address with our custom domain, and we have 5 GB of free storage. Thank you very much, Zoho Mail. This is super awesome in my opinion. So to wrap this up, let's pop into the inbox to see what we are presented with. Okay, so the UI is pretty clean. Okay, so it's kind of telling us some little steps here we can do. A signature and color theme. Okay, so let's go ahead and send a quick email to this new email address. So let us input our new email address, keith@keithdonegan.com. Subject will be just testing, and we'll just say something like, hello there. Okay, and then we'll hit send. And now let's check our Zoho email. So we can see our welcome email there. That's fine. Where's the one we just sent? Let's go back in here. And there it is there. Fantastic. So that has been sent successfully. So yeah, what more could you want? Free email hosting for your domain name and 5 GB of free storage. Absolutely fantastic stuff here from Zoho. So there you go. That's the video. If you like this, please give me a follow and I'll catch you guys in the next one.